has to be the definitive answer to the question, who wins, Godzilla or Kong?
But is it though?
Delta X Productions.
Hey everyone, Tucker here, and from that clip you just saw, they said this movie is supposed to be the definitive answer of who wins Godzilla and Kong, and well, I don't really see it like that. You know, I see like, this is the definitive answer of this Kong and this Godzilla, but be truthful with you, I don't really think there could be a real definitive answer of who wins Godzilla versus Kong. Let me explain to you why. So to help explain, I think it's a good idea to go through all the different characters and all the different versions of these characters to really show you how there can't actually be a definitive answer. Let's start with King Kong. So in 1933, he's an abnormally large gorilla that fights dinosaurs. 1962, he is an ape that eats a bunch of berries and grows giant and fights Godzilla. 1968, I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, King Kong escapes. He's just a giant gorilla that fights a dinosaur and a giant snake and fights a robot version of himself. 1976, he's an abnormally large gorilla that walks on two and fights no dinosaurs but just a giant snake. 2005, King Kong. He's a giant gorilla that fights somewhat dinosaurs. 2017, he's a giant ape that fights non-dinosaurs, but lizards. As you may not notice, only two of those Kongs really can face up against Godzilla. The third one, I have to check with King Kong Escapes. But those are the only two Kongs that you can go against Godzilla. The first one, 1962, from King Kong vs. Godzilla, he goes up against Godzilla because he eats a bunch of berries to make him grow giant. It's a goofy movie. Just roll with the idea and it gets better. But with that in mind, really, Kong was only able to really win because he has electricity powers. Well, he was supposed to be Frankenstein, but I'll probably talk about that in a video some other time. But still, that's one way Kong was able to win. And the second reason why spoiler alert, he won in his first encounter with Godzilla. King Kong versus Godzilla, Kong won at the end because he was more marketable. That's the only reason why he won. The creators of Godzilla, they didn't want Godzilla to win. He wasn't a mainstream movie. He just had two films in black and white. Nobody cared about him at that point. People cared about King Kong and have him win, and it did. He is still the highest grossing Godzilla movie of all time. So, what's next? Next one, King Kong Escapes. That Kong's possibly because I have Gorosaurus in it. I know Gorosaurus met with Godzilla. They're the same size, but you know, that's an iffy topic. But the next one, Kong, from 2017. Not King Kong. This is just Kong. Yeah, he goes up against Godzilla. It's because the director wanted him to. That's what Legendary wanted. They wanted Kong to go up against Godzilla. So they do whatever they can to make him that big. Okay, that's the only way he really went up against Godzilla. He only able to even stand a chance with Godzilla because he had intelligence and a weapon. That's it. Really, anything else, if he just had his fist, he'd be done for. Like, the first fight in Godzilla vs. Kong, Kong almost lost. The second fight, spoiler, he did lose. He actually died until he was revived. He was electroshocked back to life. Yeah, defibrillated. But still, like, the key thing is that Kong lost in both of those. And should that tell the definitive answer? No, I think we'll go into the versions of Godzilla so I can tell you what could be the definitive answer of who wins. So, now since we're done with Kong, let's go into Godzilla. So, the different versions of Godzilla, we begin in 1954. He is the representation of the Americans using the atomic bomb and our control of nature put into our hands and show that no matter what, nature will always take back control, no matter what the human race does. And take that up to the year 1975. 1984, it's the exact same thing, but this is not the dead Godzilla, because in 54 Godzilla was killed. It's a spoiler alert. 1991, a radioactive dinosaur. 1995, a more nuclear radioactive dinosaur. 1998, a mutated iguana. 1999, the same second Godzilla, because it was a series reboot, talking about how atomic bomb and how that's all bad and our effects of nature. 2000, it's the same Godzilla suit in the same story, but it is not a sequel. 2001, a spiritual reincarnation of all the American soldiers killed in Pearl Harbor come back to get revenge on Japan as the soulless Godzilla. 2002, the second Godzilla made to help us understand the effects of the atomic bomb and how we control nature. 2004, it is that same 1954 Godzilla, but he's not dead, and he tells us the effects of nature. 2014, a monster that existed since the Earth essentially was started, when radiation was up on the world, identifying itself as the king of the monsters, the strongest of the strong. 2016, microorganisms mutated onto a prehistoric marine creature to mutate into the greatest weapon of destruction. No matter what happens, it always adapted to its surroundings just so it could destroy more. 2017, a giant plant that shoots lasers. You know, I don't like those anime either, but it exists. You watch on Netflix. Don't. The movies suck. I'm not going to talk about Godzilla's singular point yet. So as we can see, there's a lot of differences in Godzilla's than Kong's. I don't see any King Kong movie to symbolize like a reincarnation of a particular group of people killed as a giant gorilla to fight off against dinosaurs. That's insane. But that is a good Godzilla movie. You should go watch it. Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. But seeing that, it leads us to our definitive answer. There can't be. There's too many Godzillas and too many Kongs. They don't connect in any way, shape, or form. It's just a game of pick. Which Kong you want to fight? And which Godzilla? Well, there's really no answer to that. There can never, you gotta get, a generic Godzilla, which you can't. You always have to do these key variables. You always gotta get Kong the size of Godzilla, and then again, I'll tell you my definitive answer. Godzilla will always win, no matter which Godzilla you pick. No Kong stands a chance to Godzilla. Because there's one variable that all these movies and theorists always keep loud. You see, Godzilla has fire breath. And he's heavy. Kong is small. And is just a bigger gorilla. Godzilla sweeps the floor with him. Kong will be eradicated instantly. But that doesn't mean that we can't have another one. Remember, the Monsterverse was built up essentially to create this rematch of Godzilla vs. Kong. But it's not the definitive answer. That's the key thing. It's the definitive answer of this universe of who would win, Godzilla or Kong. We saw Godzilla won. So really, is it the definitive answer? No. There's too many variables that go into the equation that essentially it doesn't equal out right, and it is not the definitive answer. But if you have a different opinion, leave in the comments below. And while you're at it, give the video a like if you liked it, dislike if you dislike. If you like this content, subscribe to me. It'll tell me that you want to see more videos like it. See you guys next time. Tucker, out.